Today's presentation is fundamentals of health and hygiene. You have already had 55 presentations on health, various angles, various points. But today's is special for two reasons. One, Professor Korada Subramaniam is a scholar, Sanskrit professor, Mahopadhyaya, Sastra Bhaskara. These are the titles. He is the recipient of Vedavyasa Sanman in India. And he is a linguist, Sanskrit scholar, and he has received numerous awards for his scholarship. At the same time, he has another special qualification, that is Ayurveda. Because of his good knowledge about Sanskrit, thorough knowledge, he understands Ayurveda. He doesn't have to depend on anybody. More than all these things, he has been practicing Ayurveda for decades for himself and in his circle. With this introduction, I welcome Professor Korada Subramaniam to present about health and hygiene according to Ayurveda.
Namaste. Today I would like to share some information which is very important for maintaining regular health and hygiene for everybody, and this is useful for the people across the globe. So in the beginning, I would like to give one concept that is Vega or Ajj. There are 13 Ajjas enumerated in Charaka Samhita, Sutrasthanam 7th Adhyaya. So very frequently human beings are affected with ill health, bad health. Why? What is the reason? So there in Charaka Samhita, 13 Vedas or Ajjas are enumerated, and mostly people do suppress these things which should not be suppressed, but they do due to various reasons, whatever may be the reason. Due to this reason, frequently human beings have got health problems, and they spend a lot of money on that. So in Charaka Samhita, the author says, Navegan dharayet. One should not suppress the Vedas. What are they? There are Sanskrit shlokas and also the translation. Navegan dharayet dhiman jatan motrapuriyoh na retasaha na vatasya na chidyaha kshavatosnacha nodgarasya na jambhayah navegan kshutyapasayyoh na bashpasya na nidrayah nishvasasya Shramena. This is the verses quoted. I should give the English translation. A wise person should not suppress the following 13 ajjas, generally called Vedas, in both Sushruta Samhita and Charaka Samhita across Ayurveda. Ayuhu vendateva anena iti Ayurveda. What is the derivative meaning of Ayurveda? One gets Ayush, that is longevity. Therefore, it is called Ayurveda. Okay, but many things are discussed there along with medicine and surgery. For example, whatever is today called plastic surgery, so is taken from Sushruta Samhita. Like that. So, what are the 13 Vedas or Ajjas that are enumerated in Charaka Samhita? That is urine, motion, sperm, gas, vomiting, sneezing, belching, yawning, hunger, thirst, tears, sleep, and breath after working hard. These are the 13, what you call, these are the 13 Vedas that should not be suppressed by a wise person, that means a one who wants to maintain good health and hygiene. So then, recently we have seen there has been for the couple of years this COVID-19 and spread across the globe. Same happy new year to everybody, although it's not generally the tradition, we have no objection to reciprocate. Okay, but then see what is health? First of all, let us define the term health. Health is physically, mentally, and socially well-being. All the three are very important. So, in the beginning, first it is mind, and then it is body or shariram. Although one is maintaining good physical health, etc., if he doesn't have peace of mind and a clean mind, then he cannot enjoy the life. So mind comes first. Earlier, sometime, some 50 years ago, in English medicine, people were not talking about this aspect, that is manas or mind, peace of mind, mind not having any kinds of defects like isya, asuya, enviousness, and so on, so hatred, etc. If one has, later they realized, might have borrowed from Ayurveda, that unless and until a person has got good peace of mind, although you give medicines, nothing will happen. There will not be much benefit. Therefore, first one has to take care of the mind. So that's why even the English doctors today say, no, you should have peace of mind. You should not have tension. You should have this, that. So this is long ago in the beginning itself, it was detected and explained by, for example, Yoganashasana. Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. Second sutram from Yoganashasana of Patanjali. What is yoga? Arresting the mind from going this way and that. It's vritti, vyapara, it's behavior. Because Chanchalam hi manah partha in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says, it is Chanchala. If fickle-mindedness is not separately to be called, but always mind is fickle. It goes on, Chanchalam, moving on from this aspect to that aspect, and vice versa. So first one has to maintain the peace of mind, and they should not have any kind of jealousy. There are certain defects, dvesha, hatred, and such things. Then only one can maintain good health. So any problem to mind, any vyadhi or disease to mind is called adhi. If it is to the body, it is called vyadhi. So adhi and vyadhi, two things are there. Now, so infections are coming because people have not been maintaining good hygiene, and they also eating habits. Let us discuss certain aspects which are useful for maintaining health. Okay, so Ayurveda says some of the diseases are there which are contagious, sankramika. They spread from one person to the other. And one more point before we go into details is Kim Bhavatatah Pachyam. If one wants to maintain good health, okay, first he should consume some Jevaniya tonics for strength. If you have strength, U means X. If you have strength, the diseases cannot do anything. For example, not for glory, but the thing is that I do not believe in fever. I asked a number of medical doctors how to get fever. They didn't have an answer. So one need not necessarily at 69 running, necessarily one need not get fever. Okay, but it is a kind of fear. Fear is very dangerous according to Ayurveda, both Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita. Fear is very dangerous. Due to fear, people would lose the dhairyam or whatever is there required to maintain good health, and easily the diseases will fall upon these people. So, One suggestion given in Sushila Samhita is everybody should consume milk. Everybody should consume milk, which would give resistance to many diseases. Okay, and some people may say it may cause kapha, phlegm. Hot milk does not cause phlegm, according to Ayurveda. Okay, so and if there is any problem, they may reduce the quantity or may take less number of times, for example, in a week, 2 or 3 times. If they have any problem with the milk or milk related products, okay, and then one may use some pepper powder in the mixed with milk or slightly turmeric. Turmeric also should not be taken too much. Okay, within limits, one should consume turmeric along with milk. And also, in most of the people in this South are from South Asia, so they use turmeric in curries, this sambar or chutneys, whatever it is. So they are not easily prone to this kind of diseases because of the turmeric and milk also. 2 things. Then one should actually control the use of the things that are there preserved in a fridge. Refrigerator is one of the causes of frequent medication of people. That is also one thing. Another thing is gargling has to be done. Gargling is gandusha in Sanskrit. It is called taking water into the mouth and doing this. After going to urinals, one should do 4 times. After latrine, has to do 10 times. After eating food also, it is better to do gargling as many times as possible, 10 times or 16 times even. So while brushing the teeth, one has to do the gargling or gandusha 13 times. So generally the teeth are not affected and there won't be much problem, no question of smell or anything they like it. What people do is they do not gargle water and simply do whatever is mostly from Western world it has come. And also they do not use the tongue cleaner also. That is another cause of these problems. Because Shruta says, Shanai Shanaihi Likhet, slowly you have to clean the tongue. That is very important. And one need not go for brushing 2 times, 3 times. This is all just not to be taken seriously. Once in the morning only, it is better to clean the teeth and do tongue cleaner, use tongue cleaner and with water. Preferably some general water, but one may use some warm water also, depending on the atmosphere, weather conditions, and all that. So this is very important. First thing in the morning. Some people, we know, I need not actually tell this, but they may brush at afternoon, evening, early morning, sometime or the other they do. No, that is not accepted to Ayurveda. Early in the morning, first thing you have to do is clean the teeth and tongue. Then preserve some water in a copper pot early at night and consume that water early in the morning. The water preserved in a copper pot would maintain the balance between, there are 3 things, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, 3 humors they call. Vata is air, Pitta is bilious this thing, and the Kapha is plant. So it has to maintain the balance of these things, and by consumption of water that is preserved in a copper pot in the early in the morning, that will maintain the balance. So most of the diseases will not come. If I am not mistaken, one lady is taking water with and clutching the tumbler. No, one should take water like without clutching. That is the way to take water. No, one should not clutch, because you give it to others and they may get some sort of, if they have some disease that will be spreading across. So one should not clutch the tumbler or pot, whatever it is, water, while drinking water. Okay. Anyway, if it is hot, one has to clutch and slowly. Then, so gandusha or this gurgling of water is very, very important, because if at all something goes into the body, then mostly it is from mouth only. So one has to keep the mouth fresh always, 24 hours. One goes out, returns, then he has to wash his hands and feet, what we do here, especially in tropical countries. In cold countries, it is not possible to wash the feet and all that. And then do gargling. So that if at all there is some bad bacteria, something, whatever has entered while traveling, that will go out. Okay, so that is the aspect of gargling. Second thing is uchishtam. Uchishtam means someone has taken a piece of, say, some banana or some fruit or something, and it has given to others. This is a uchishtam. Uchishtam means eating the left out ahara. It may be a fruit, even in ahara. For example, people are consuming dosa in a same plate, 2 or 3 people I have seen. The same plate they consume idli or dosa, whatever it is. This is uchishtam. This is most dangerous. That's why that is how the diseases are spreading across. Everybody should have his own plate, his own glass for water. And once it is something is left out, it is better thrown out rather than give it to someone else. So this uchishtam concept itself is not there in many countries. Even in India, many people, especially I have seen in North India, even in South India, people, they eat whatever is bitten or left after eating a part of it. The translation is difficult for this. In Telugu, it is called Engli. In Sanskritam, it is called uchishtam. So this is another reason, which is very common. Okay, in houses. So one should give up this kind of habit, consumption of things that are left by others after consuming a part of it. And one sutram is there, generally in Ayurveda. We know prakshanadhi pankasya udorad asparshanam varam. This is in English, generally we call it prevention is better than cure. See, after getting some disease or the other, one has to go for receiving medicines, all the kind of thing. But before that, you maintain the cleanliness. Before that, you maintain the food habits and all. What is maintaining food habits? Pathyesati gadartasya kimaushadha nishevanam. Pathya is actually the food suitable to one person. Okay, and his constitution. If one follows the food that is suitable to his constitution, and more we are going to discuss this aspect, then gadartasya, if at all he has got some health problem, why to take medicines? Although when you are following the food that is suitable to your body, then although you have some small problem, you need not go for medicine. Patye asati gadartasya Patye asati, but does not mind what he is eating, how much he is eating, etc. Then for that person also, when he got some disease, some health problem, consumption of medicines is a waste, because he doesn't follow the prescribed food or suitable food to his constitution. So this is Pachesati Gadartasya Kimaushadhanishevanam. Pachesati, Pache Asati. Gadartasya Kimaushadhanishevanam. Gadarta is a person who has got some disease. Okay. Yeah. Then what happens? Yes. One question is raised up by a great physician, that is Vagbhata. He authored some work in Ayurveda, a very popular person. Someone asked, Kaha Arak, who is the person without any disease? Then he said, Hetabhuk, Metabhuk, Ratabhuk. If one has got, one follows all the three, he doesn't have any, he will not have any health problem. What are they? Hetabhuk. Hetam is liked actually. Here it is liked means which is suitable to his body. So Shweta Samhita says, we discuss 4 things in this medical science. Sukha dukhe hita hite. What is sukham? Okay, what causes, how a person would have comfort? Dukkha means worry. Due to what kind of food and habits one will get worries. Then hita hite. What is hita? What is good? What is suitable to your body to maintain the health? And what is ahita? Ahita means not suitable. These 4 issues are discussed in Sushruta Samhita. Okay, here Vagbhata says Hetabhuk, whichever is liked by you or liked in the sense, what does it mean? Which is suitable to your body. Okay, the food that you can digest, the food that does not cause any kind of physical or mental problem to you, Hetabhuk. Metabhuk is very important. Meta means limit. Your body wants a certain amount of food. Take that much only. Okay, Metabhuk. And Ratabhuk. Ratam means Satyam, truth. So the food you are eating, okay, should have been earned through Nyaya Marga, that is the justified means. That means whenever you eat some food, think whether the food has come in a perfectly a Nyaya Marga, justified, judicious way. That means one should not take food that has come by other means, not fair means, that is. So one more thing is in Indian tradition, people believe this thing, why people are getting diseases. The cause is, reason is given in one verse, I should explain. Purva janma kritam papam vyadhi rupena badhate tachantiraushadhair danaihi japa homa surarchanaihi. See, the cause of these diseases is the bad karma or papa, sin committed during earlier incarnations. Purvajanmakrutam papam vyadhirupena badhate. Okay, generally in Vedanta, etc., you might have heard, most of you are aware, that punyam, which is untranslatable, punyam causes sukha, comfort, and papam or sin causes dukkha. Dukkha, in the sense, it may be related to financial matters, it may be related to health issues, it may be related to family matters, and so on and so forth. So, janmantarakritam papam vyadhirupena badhate tat shantihi. Here he calls it shanti. Shanti means the degree of intensity of the disease will be regulated, will be less and less. Okay, but not nivarana, because the karma whichever one has committed has to be faced. Avashyam anubhoktavyam kritam karma shubhashubha. So shanti for these diseases can be done by aushadhaihi, medicines, danaihi, donations, japa, homa, surachana, offering prayers to God and all that. That is the way how to reduce the intensity of the disease, but not, there is no way to eradicate or simply completely take it away from the body. Then one is suffering from the fever, 104 degrees centigrade. If he commits he performs some puja or grahajapa, etc., then the jvara will be there, but he doesn't have much, worry about the jvara. If it is not performed, then he will have all the worries. That is what is believed. It is nothing but karma siddhanta. All of you know. Okay, so now what happens is, what Vagbhata says is, the food that is acceptable, that is suitable to his body should be taken. Metabhuk, meta, I am going to elaborate. Metabhuk, meta means limited, whichever is, whatever quantity of food is required by the body. Okay, and Ratabhuk, this is most important. The food you are consuming is earned through fair means. That should be not nyayajita. Okay, these three are important if at all one wants to maintain sound health, good health. That is one thing. Then here he says, what we call is hitam bhunjyat, metam bhunjyat, na bhunjyat, amitam hitam. One should take food, okay, that is suitable to his body, that is hitam. Metam bhunjyat, limited food only should be taken. Na bhunjyat, amitam hitam. Although it is suitable to your body, you should not consume too much of the food. Yasha dharma sanatana. This is dharma is a term that is untranslatable and full of meaning, and dharma has to be followed. This is the dharma in terms of eating, consumption of food. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is, yes. Actually, while moving outside, one is not supposed to touch others. When people are sitting together, there may be someone may touch another person also. Otherwise, one should not touch others. Since these people have not been following these rules and regulations, okay, and also the handshake. This is very bad. People don't think about health. Offering namaskara is the best way. Namaskara means I am inferior to you and you are superior to me. That is the meaning of namaskara. That is the best way of, offering respect to someone or whatever it is. And when people go with giving shake hands and doing all these things, then automatically these things would spread across. So that is also very important. And also about the food, some aspects we'll discuss. Manusmriti says, Nabhakshayati yomamsam vidhim hitva pishachavat saloke priyatanyati vyadhibhischana pijyate. Here, food habits. What people are eating, let us discuss it. Ghritena vardhate buddhi. If one consumes ghee, then the buddhi, his mental capacity would increase. Ghritena vardhate buddhi, kshirena yushyavardhanam. Kshira causes good longevity. Kshiram is milk. Milk causes good longevity. Okay, shake navardhate vyadhi. Mostly the vegetables do cause some diseases. Shake navardhate vyadhi. Mamsa navardhate. If one wants mamsa, that is flesh in the body, to increase, then he should consume mansahara. Okay, that is non-vegetarian. But this is the general, natural tendency of the things. But Manusmriti, he says, Nabhakshayati yomamsam, the one who does not consume non-vegetarian food. Okay. And some people eat like a Rakshasa. I mean, too much food they are eating. Isn't it? Even Mansahara. Then Saha Loke Priyatanyati, people would like him because he is a Shakahari, only vegetarian, pure vegetarian. They may call him vegan or some other words they may use it. Vyadhivishchanapi Jate. Most of the diseases are caused by Mansahara, non-vegetarian food. So the people, those people who want to increase the flesh in their body, okay, if they want a very good muscles and all that, if they have something to do with a body that has got very good muscles, okay, they only should consume. And also those people who regularly want sexual intercourse, those also should consume non-vegetarian in order to become, weak. That is also there. Otherwise, sex is only on alternative days. Okay. And therefore, these 6 reasons are there why people are frequently getting diseases. They are enumerated in Ayurveda. Nowadays, some people say take more water, more water. Please do not believe in this kind of advice. That is bad advice. Whatever amount of water is required depending on summer or winter or rainy season, whatever it is, and whatever amount of water is required by your body, there will be a difference between body and body. Don't prescribe the same medicine to everybody on earth. No, that will not do. That's why in Ayurveda, one has to check Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Okay, the 3 humors they are called by them in alchemy. Depending on that only, one has to take water, whatever amount of water is required, and depending on the season also by a person. Drinking too much of water is bad. And the 6 reasons are given. Atyam Bhupana Dati Sangamacha Devacha Supte Nishijagarasya Nirodhanan Motra Purishayoscha Shadhinnidanai Prabhavanti Rogaha. Nidanam is the very cause. Nidanam to Adikaranam, Amarakosha. Nidanam means very cause. 6 causes are there for this generating these diseases. What are they? Atyam Bhupanat, consuming too much of water. That is one reason. People will get diseases. Atisangama Acha, they are participating in too much of sexual intercourse. Atisangama, too much. Devacha Sukte, daytime one should not sleep, that is take a nap. But roughly in 20 countries across the globe, mostly tropical countries, people are taking nap after lunch. Okay, it depends upon the body. Some people feel it very, uncomfortable if they do not go for a nap in the afternoon, that is after lunch. But in that case, one may just wait for half an hour or so after lunch, and then may go for just a short nap. Okay, it depends upon the body. So daytime sleep with a nap is not advisable. That is also one of the causes, because it will cause increase of phlegm, etc. Like that kind of thing will be there. Okay, Nishijagarasya, Jagaracha. During night time, these people do keep themselves awake. They do not go to bed, even if it is midnight or 1 o'clock. And especially with the IT companies, these people will do yoga at 12 o'clock and eat at night 10:30 or 1 o'clock. There is no time. The problem is that in Charaka Samhita, this is taken seriously. That is Kala Bhojanam. The sotram is kala bhojanam. One has to take food at the same time regularly. There may be some occasions on which one cannot maintain the time and all that. But one has to make it a habit that you consume at the same time. Okay, then 60 to 70% of diseases are gone. The body gets accustomed to this kind of having food digestion, similar whatever happens, that happens. Okay, so yeah, Nishi Jagarasya, sleeping daytime and being awake at night time, these are another two causes of the diseases. Then Nirodhanat Motra Purishayoscha, suppressing the urine and motion. These two are also frequent causes. People are traveling and the bus may not stop. These people feel shy to ask the driver to stop, something like that, whatever it is. So these six are consumption of too much of water, having too much of sex, and sleeping during daytime, and then being awake during night time, and suppressing the urine and motion. These are the six causes, mostly due to which the human beings, will have health problems. That is one thing. Nidanam Tvatikam. That is one of the, yes. So Mansahara, better to give up Mansahara. Actually, in Manusmriti, it is discussed, Namansa Bhakshane doshaha, Namadye Rachamaisune, Pravrittiresha Bhutanan, Nivrittistu Mahaphala. This is from Manusmriti. Actually, by nature, people do consume Mansahara. It is only from India and certain pockets of India that people outside the subcontinent started learning this vegetarian food. Otherwise, generally, food means non-vegetarian food only, mostly. So slowly, the world is changing and they are learning Ayurveda. They want to follow and maintain good health. Because once in families nowadays, did not say, people are spending half of their salary for maintaining health and regularly consuming tablets. Okay, certain things you cannot discuss now because of the time pattern. That is so. Manusmriti says, get up early in the morning. Brahme muhurte budhyeta. One should get up in Brahma Muhurta. That is 4:30 like that. Then one may do some walking, think Vedanta, or think about the household, domestic problems, etc. May teach something to students like that. Early morning one has to get up. Brahme muhurte budhyeta, dharmarthaucham chintayet. All these things one has to think about the financial matters and dharma, etc. One important aspect I would like to give is, nowadays, if you closely watch the people across the globe, many people have been suffering from belly. Many people have got belly. It is number is increasing rather than decreasing. Why? What is the reason? This is clearly explained in Ayurveda. One should not sit after meals. If he sits after meals, his belly would increase. If he lays down, may sleep, may not sleep. Immediately after meals, then he will have a bulgy obesity, generally people call. Complete body will be increasing. Okay. And if he runs after meals, it may prove fatal. One should not run. And then what should one do? He should walk for at least 100 feet. Okay, if one does it, then he will not get belly, one thing. Second thing, there will be comfort in neck, waist, and knees. This is the meaning of these verses. Bhaktva ashata padangachet. Having had your meal, you should walk at least for 100 feet. Bhaktva ashata padangachet. Shanaistena tujayate. Shanaihi, by slowly, what will get? Anna sanghata shaithilyam. The food you have consumed will get settled at different levels of the body, inner body. Okay. Anna sanghata shaithilyam. Griva janu. Griva means neck. Janu means knees. Kati means waist. Griva janu kati sukham. One will get comfort in these parts. Because as the age advances, there will be problems of neck, the waist, and the knees. He feels discomfort if he walks for 2 more miles, let us say, something like that. Okay, bhuktopavishastundam he, if one sits after eating, tundam, he will get belly. Okay, shayanasya pushtata, if he is laying down, he may not sleep. Okay, he will get bulgy, obesity. Ayush chankramamanasya, if he is doing some stroll, walking this way and that, then his longevity will increase. And then, if he runs after meals, then the death also comes running. That is the meaning. Okay, so one has to walk immediately after eating something. Then body, how body should be there? Sushruta says, Nati stholan, nati sokshnam. You should not be too fatty, not too lean. In between, you have to maintain your body. Okay. Then Ati Sarvatra Vajayat is a general rule. Ati, too much. One should not talk too much, eat too much, drink too much, everything. Ati Sarvatra Vajayat. In every aspect. Then Hitam Bhunjat, Vetam Bhunjat, I have already explained. I think it is 9:40. There may be some questions I would have to discuss because time is more important. I'm asked to speak for 40 minutes, then 20 minutes for questions and discussion. Yes?
Yes. If anybody have any questions, please unmute yourselves.
So I want to
I have a question.
bring to your.
Yes, Dr. Rao. 1 minute, Kishan Uncle ji. Yes, Dr. Rao, you are saying something.
Yeah. No. One important Western medicine concept is clinical trials, evidence-based. These are the two common things that we hear. I requested Professor Korada Subramaniam to present from the ancient texts. None of them are in the last few hundred years. They have been there for a long, long time. But each sloka that he explained, it has a longevity of more than 1,000 years, sir. Can you please confirm?
Yes. In the Shishya Samhita, third Adhyaya, okay, the one term is used. It is Vyakaranam. Vyakaranam is generally grammar, roughly here. But Vyakaranam has got another meaning that is used for Vistara or scanning, what we call scanning. Garbha Vyakaranam, Sharira Vyakaranam are the usages. Okay, so here Garbha Vyakaranam means how the child is, taking form of a full-fledged body, how he is going to have it. That can be tested without whatever you see today, you have scanning and all that. Because one thing is the rays they are focusing on the body, they will have some bad effect. So through injection, etc., one can have the actual picture of what is happening there. But specific training And yogi pratyaksham, yogi drishti is required for that. Even for shariram, body, in the body, where is the defect? What is that? One more thing, actually in Ayurveda, the urine test, etc., are discussed and the ways are clearly mentioned. Without applying any kind of chemicals or any serious apparatus, whatever now they have, X-ray, CT scan, this, that, so many they have, without all those things. But today, whether it is a question, whether someone with all the equipment that is, he should have been taught well, he should have studied well, and he is able to pinpoint exactly as to what is the defect that is there in the child in the womb and also in the body itself, what to do. Okay, because if you take Sushmita, I have already mentioned about this plastic surgery. Someone is born with some deformed deformation in the ear, for example, or nose. Then Sushmita said, it is not a problem at all. We cannot speak like that. He said, do this and this, and now the ear or nose, whichever part, is set right. Like that, he explained many things, especially in third Adhyaya I have seen, but one has to get ready with all the equipment, not simply purchasing these apparatus and doing this thing, that thing. For example, everybody knows X-rays, how dangerous they are. So they are generating new problems, health problems. And always mind is affected with this kind of tests and clinical whatever things they have been doing now. So even while eating, Pushnamashmiyat, Snigdhamashmiyat, Pushnam, one should take warm food, not too cool. No. Snigdhamashmiyat, Snigdham means the food, one should add oil, ghee or oil to the food and it should be consumed. Nowadays, these people say, no, you will get cholesterol. Huh? Slowly the trend is changing. But they say, no. One should consume oil and ghee. Siddhamashmiyat, matravashmiyat, limited food. Jine ashmiyat, there is one word called adhyahara. Adhyahara means why these people are so frequently becoming a subject of diabetes mellitus. Mellitus is Latin honey. So continuously sitting and continuously laying down, may sleep, may not sleep, that would cause, nowadays sedimentary they call it, okay, that would cause this madhumeha. Four mehas are serious. Among them, one that is incurable is madhumeha. Madhu means sweet, meha means urine. Even blood will get sweetened, that is explained here. So one should do ahara, vihara. Two things are there. Ahara is food. Vihara is walking and doing things. Okay. Adhyahara means ahara is already there in the body, still not digested. But again, this person, okay, started eating. Then what will happen? That will lead to serious consequences. So unless and until one has got the hunger, etc., then one should not eat, touch anything. Please, next question.
Professor Subramaniam, this is a Kishan. Just to say it, that we are lucky and fortunate to have you with so much of knowledge and caliber and information and education background. We are very, very fortunate to have you.
Thank you.
And it's very nice of you taking so much precious time out of your busy schedule and give us your important information to us. I have one question only for you, the one you mentioned about drinking from copper glass overnight and drinking in the water. I have a three-part question. Should we drink the whole glass or half glass, number one? And number two is, should we drink it before brushing the teeth or after brushing the teeth? And the last, third part of the question is, how does it affect our internal part of our body?
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
good question. He says 4 full mouths of water. That means 1 glass full of this water. Okay, of a glass of water one can take. Okay, and it can be taken as per some people say preferably before brushing the teeth. And whether you take whether before or after brushing the teeth doesn't matter much, but in the morning time, after getting up, one should take. So one thing is tumbler, glass of water. Second thing is either before or after brushing it. How does it affect? Actually, in London, the people did some experiments. They put some water in a steel glass. They put some water in a copper glass. Then they tested. So the bacteria, which is not good for body, is not killed in the waters that are preserved in a steel glass. The bacteria totally died. Okay, in the waters that are preserved in a copper. So copper by nature, see, one has to believe, one has to trust in nature. If you consume raw pepper, rum will increase. If you consume dry pepper, it will kill the plant. One thing, if one marries a very young girl, his longevity will increase like anything. Okay, bala prana prada prokta yuvati pranadharini sapraudha karoti vruddhatvam vruddha maranamadishet. So here it is called what is Varahinam it is called. That means Vara, the person who is the bride is younger to the bridegroom is younger to the bride. That is not acceptable. Then if one marries a very young girl, Vara Pranaprada, who is longevity would increase. Yuvati Pranadharini, then only
Can I make some comment?
is there.
Yeah, I'm not allowed.
Very comment.
Okay.
પછી કરો comment, મારે શું problem?
No, I'm just asking you.
મારે એમ કહું, બુદ્ધિશાળી ની એ કામ એ કરો એમ.
Avinash
I'm
Uncle, do you
deciding.
have anything to say?
Yes, my friend.
એ તો પેલું ચાલુ.
Yes, my friend. I have some. I want to add something.
Just I will finish this in very quickly, and then
Okay, I want to add something like Kishanji mentioned.
Avinash Uncle, like he is completing something. Like, can we take your question after that?
No, Miss, I want to just add something chemically. Copper means Cu, and water means H2O. If we keep the water in a copper glass, a chemical reaction will happen.
Yes.
So if we keep the water in a longer time, you will have little copper inside your body. And that will help you to improve your digestion system. That's the only thing I want to add.
Thank you. Very good. Very nicely. Scientifically, you can explain all these things. But what I am trying to be through Ayurveda only will go to explain. There are already scientists like you who can explain better with all the H2O, whatever chemical these things. Okay. So
Thank you, sir.
Yuvati Pranadharini. If she is young enough, then she maintains the longevity of the bridegroom. Okay. If she is the wife is elder to the groom, okay, then if there will be early onset of old age. He will become older and older quickly. Vruddha maranamadishet. If he marries a lady who is too older to him in age, then he will have a quick death, early death. Vruddha maranamadishet. So one should have the age gap between, always, even from physical reasons which we cannot discuss in public, always the bride should be younger to the groom. That is what is discussed in Ayurveda. And depending on the age, how can you say? I have given you example of raw pepper and dry pepper. There are many things like that, depending on the place from where you have brought this food stuff. That also matters a lot while discussing these aspects. Next question, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Professor Ji, I want to ask you that you said to drink water in the morning from the copper. Should you drink cold water or warm water?
No. Here you keep it in a, what you call copper plate like this, copper one.
Yes.
And morning you drink it. Need not go for hot water regularly. No, not needed. But if
Okay.
one is suffering from slight fever or something like that, better give it warm water. Too hot water.
Yeah, but you keep it in the copper bottle I have, but then when you drink, the water is cold, it's not warm. So should I warm it up and then drink
what
it?
you mean to say is, suppose there is a sub-zero degrees temperature, then the water will become cold, no? No. Too much hot, too much cold is not good. Then you slightly warm that water and have it.
Oh, okay.
The point to be underlined is whether the water is preserved in a missing or not. And depending on the temperatures and weather conditions, etc., okay, you take it. You never take too much cold or you never take too much hot.
Okay.
Is it okay? Then,
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone else? Please unmute yourself if you have any questions.
one more thing is, while having food, people go on talking and discussing. Tushni mannani hunjita. That is Charakasotram. Tushni, keeping mum, maintaining the silence, one has to take the food. That is another sutram. Many people, anyway, politicians, etc., ministers, and all those people do. Even in families also, people go on talking and consuming the food. This is not suggestible to maintain good health. And it is better one has to maintain not only peace of mind, but also the ananda, that is kind of one should feel happy. Happiness is also one secret behind maintaining this good health. And before 1954, we were laughing at least for 10 minutes in a day. But today, how many people are laughing? Everybody is full of tension. How to get more money, how to get promotion. Anyway, problems will be there for everybody. But the events are filled with that. So my suggestion is, try for Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. According to your karma, you will get comfort or worry. That does not mean that you should not, put a proper effort in achieving something or the other. Just it is explained in Bhagavad Gita by Shri Krishna. So while doing this, why our people just advised us to study? Because according to karma, things will fall upon us. You cannot escape the karma. But you will get a lot of strength, mental strength to sustain, to maintain good health in spite of the problems. Once you go and have peace of mind and do some dhyana or study something related to Vedanta and all that. Because outside, whatever we are doing is avidya. That is only for taking out some livelihood and all that. That is not vidya. Vidya is the one which just pushes us to perform dharma and also get good results. That is useful for health also. So for health, one should maintain good balance of mind. That is also required. I hope the lecture is okay and so useful to some extent, because we already had 55 lectures also. Professor Srinivasa Garu was telling. So I am very much thankful to all of you for listening, and to especially Srinivasa Garu, Acharya, who gave me a chance to sit before you and have a conversation like this. Thank you very much. Shubham Bhoya.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Korada and Srinivas ji, for getting this beautiful presentation for India Home Seniors. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to